Hi everyone, it's Mark here again, and this is the best bit of the job for me. I do these on Fridays, so Fridays is the best day of the week. It's where I get to do a quick interview with some of our new members and introduce them to you. So I'm delighted that Rick Baunacke is that right, the right pronunciation? Baunacke?
Hey, Baunacke, yes, it's okay.
Baunacke. Okay, so there's a bit of a,
Yes.
as in Bauhaus. Yeah, Baunacke.
Yes, fine, fine, yeah.
Yeah. So, Rick, would you like to thank you so much for doing this. This is great. We're going to have a look at some of your work. I'll pull the website up as well while we're doing this. But would you like to just introduce yourself, where you are, the work you do, this wonderful combination of sport, art, and stone that's going on in your life? Over
Yeah,
to you.
yeah, hey, my name is Rick Baunacke. I'm 37 right now. I play American football in Germany since 24 years, and I study here as well. So now I'm working in a stone business. We do natural stone flooring and facades, bathrooms, interior. And I found this network, of course, on LinkedIn, and it's very interesting because football, stones, and art, it's culture for me, and culture is bringing this to the people all around the world, especially American football, because it's a good way to teach kids the culture of a team. So, and without this football, I never would be in this position to have a nice job, still can play American football in the age of 37, and do my networking online. And yeah, so the other thing is about me, I'm working like 6 months in Berlin and play the season that started in May to September, and the other half I'm traveling three weeks in a month to Miami and start to develop our business there as well, like the stone business, and try to talk to professional football players or college players. They want to go to Germany or to Europe to play there. So for me, it's that a big culture clash every time, but it's nice. I love it.
It's a fact, it's
Yeah.
a wonderful thing to be able to do because you've got this you're kind of living two lives at the same time, aren't you? Which is great. A friend of mine is a photographer and he spends half his year doing commercial photography and advertising, and then that
Yeah.
funds the next 6 months, which he goes to the Far East to take photographs of fighting horses in Kathmandu or something, you know.
Oh, oh,
It's
wow.
great
Okay.
having that. Now, where can I show people some of the work in the stone business? Because I've just searched for Stones and Rock Group, and guess what came up?
Stones and rocks.
Yeah, the Rolling Stones came up. So, where should I go to have a look at some of the work? I know there's a lovely cover image on your LinkedIn profile, but is there a website I can open up?
Of course, you can open up it. Stones and Rocks Berlin. So if you put it in Google, you will find it then.
Okay, Stones and Rock Berlin.
Rocks.
Rocks, Stones and Rocks
Yeah.
Berlin.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the images you've shown me before are fantastic, but I want to share a few of these. Um, so stonesandrocks.com with hyphens, yeah?
Yes.
There we go. Right. So I'm opening up the so you can talk us through this. Let me share my screen. Here we go. So this is your business, isn't it?
This is our business as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at those rough edges. So where would be good to go on here?
If you go to reference, I can explain
Okay.
some nice buildings we already did.
Because this really
So
is where art meets nature. It really is. Okay. Um,
so uh, as we as I said, we have like a couple of projects we did in Berlin or as well in Bahrain. We built in Miami, for example, the Cartier Mansion in New York. So for us, it's very important to have like very special products with very special um, yeah, customs, so that we are like building nice things, of course, and yeah, taking care that the architect
Yeah,
have exactly this what he wants. So we do a sketch before we show in some papers, some stones, so we do samplings as well. Yeah, and then we let the things happen. And
yeah,
if you need some quality, ask us, because my bosses, they are from Italy, so he knows the business since 37 years.
yeah.
Exactly.
It's wonderful stuff. It's really great. It must be really pleasing to work at one of those places where it's, yeah, literally where nature, design, and architecture come together in one place, and when you get it right, it's beautiful. So it's fantastic. So this is at stonesandrocks.com if you want to go and have a look. That's great. All of these links will be in the profile that
Thank
we'll
you.
make about you, but that's great. So now we're going to have a bit of
Thank
fun
you.
just to lighten the mood. Okay, it's Friday.
Yeah.
We're approaching the
Yeah.
end of the week. I imagine the end of the week means more, it's closer to sport for you, which is good. I'm
Of
looking
course.
forward to this. So I'm going to create your fantasy cultural year, okay, from
Yeah.
the answers to 10 easy questions. I haven't given you much warning about this, so this is all going to be off the cuff. It's going to be great. It
Yes.
starts with me asking you, what's your favorite building anywhere in the world?
Oh, that's a great question, because I'm working this stone business and I love buildings. So I imagine I was young and then I was at the Washington airport and going to LA. And then I was in LA standing on the Venice beach and I saw all these nice buildings. I was like, Mommy, why are these buildings so high? So I love high scrapers. So it doesn't matter where they're from, especially the
So,
old one with its natural stones.
so if I had to pin you down for one building, you'd be in Venice Beach, would you?
Oh, I live in Venice Beach.
Okay, that's a lovely place to start, right? So I'd like you to imagine that you're sitting outside a cafe in the sunshine, admiring all of the buildings around Venice Beach. You've grown up, you're not still a child. And on your right is a book, and it's a favorite book. It might be a book that's been with you all your life that you've reread. Or it could be something you've discovered recently or influenced your life. What book is on the table next to you?
Yeah, that's a good question, because in Germany we have different titles. I'm reading a book about Bruce Lee. Um, it's the water, let the water flowing. I think, yeah, I read this book since a couple of years all the time again, and then I don't know where I was, so I started, and then I floated off, and then yeah, this is my book I'm reading.
Great.
Very nice.
You're in the
So the
sunshine.
daughter is yeah.
That's a nice choice. You're in the sunshine. It's 6 p.m. The sun is over the yard arm, as we say, in and there's a drink on your left. So the book is there, the view is there, you're sitting there. There's a drink of your choice on the left. What would be your favorite drink?
My favorite drink would be there. It's like coconut juice,
Nice.
coconut jelly or coconut jelly. Yeah, this is my favorite drink. So
Very nice. Okay, now you're
love it.
feeling quite pleased with yourself. Okay. And this is a fantasy year, so I can make this up.
Yes, yes,
Great. You've
yes,
just
yes.
come from one of those lovely old buildings, the lovely architecture in Venice Beach that inspired you when you were a child. You've just come from a meeting with a wealthy Los Angeles family who are patrons of the arts and sport. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, they've invited you as a professional sports person and someone who has an artistic um, leaning as well with the architecture and the stone design and a passion for nature. They'd like you to go to the country of your choice, okay, to study the relationship between sport and art. Okay, it's a
Oh,
right. It sounds like a good gig, doesn't it? Yeah.
yes,
Um,
sounds good.
it's a year-long study trip. It's highly paid. It's first class all the way. And they just want you to come back a year later and do a half-an-hour presentation without slides.
That's nice.
Yeah, really nice. Without slides, to tell them the three things that you learn about how this country that you visited mixes art and sport, or the extent to which sport is considered part of the cultural landscape. Okay, so
Mhm.
where are you going?
Of course, my choice is right next there. It's Jamaica.
Okay,
So I'm gonna go to Jamaica, and I was there, had a nice time. I visit all these little boys. They want to be like Bolt, and they are all gonna
and
run and yeah, want to be a good guy.
okay,
And then we all listen to the reggae music. Got the heartbeat going before we running.
yeah,
So
that's a lovely choice. And Bob Marley was a great football player,
yeah, he was a great football player as well,
as in
soccer. Yeah,
soccer.
so
Soccer.
and yeah,
Yeah,
I want to
steer it up, steer it up.
clear
Okay,
it up.
right.
Yeah,
So you're on the plane, okay, and on the way from Berlin to Kingston, and
yes.
um, you're you're in first class all the way because that's the nature of this trip. Okay, they want you to be comfortable. Now, this might be tricky because they've one of the things they'd like you to do, and they told you about this when it was too late to get off the plane, is they want you to restrict your musical listening to one very specific musical genre for the whole year. Okay. Now, it doesn't have to be Jamaican, right? It can be any kind of music. It might be tempting to say, right, you can't avoid reggae, but um, very specific musical genre could you listen to for 12 months solid?
I can listen to it's an Afro house now. I like Afro house, so it's
Okay.
very nice. Good. Well, coming here in Berlin, so I'm sure. So,
Right, we're gonna give you Afro House for a whole year. Okay. I think we are having a
yeah,
bit of a connection problem, but we'll plow on. So that's so you're listening to Afro House for the whole year. Now you get to Kingston and there's a friendly group of local arts and sports people have they're standing there with your name on a card at the airport, okay, and they pop you into a Humvee or a limo, and they're going to take you to this wonderful apartment that you've got for the whole year, and it's overlooking the sea, somewhere really quite special in Jamaica.
yeah.
And they tell you, right, settle down. Um, get yourself comfortable, unpack. We're going to come back and we're going to take you out to dinner. And they come back a little while later and they say, right, um, we have some wonderful restaurants in Jamaica. You can choose the cuisine. So any national cuisine you've got, it doesn't have to be local. What would you choose?
All right. What would I choose? That's a good question because I love everything, by the way. So I would choose like yeah, Ghanaian food. I would choose fufu and okra, yeah, and pepper soup, like this good stuff. It's,
Yeah. Did you say Ghanaian food?
yeah, Ghanaian food.
And okay, that's it. You're having a Ghanaian banquet, okay, with your friends.
Yeah.
That's the plan. Now, next day is sport day in Jamaica, and they've told, I think I might know the answer to this. They've told you that you can either watch or take part in any sport you like.
Yeah,
What is it going to be?
surfing.
Whoa, nice. I knew there'd be a surprise because I just assumed you'd want to play American football with a local team, right? But surfing, nice.
I go surfing. Yeah, yeah,
That would be great. Yeah. Okay.
it would be great. Yeah.
Now, the next day, there's this wonderful new art gallery in Kingston in Jamaica, and they have a digital projection system. They even have a virtual reality room in which you put on a set of glasses and you can step into any work of art you like in a 3D 360-degree environment. So if it was the Last Supper, you could stand behind Christ, right? Which do you have a favorite visual artist that we could present this for you?
Mm, I'm I'm a visual artist in like from Berlin. I know some guys, they're doing it and they're doing it in Dubai. So I don't know the name, but he's like protecting rain of rainfalls and rainforest stuff. So I'll be in the jungle.
Okay, you can, and so
Yeah,
so the artists who do that kind of work, that their work is all around this projected immersive experience, and you can step into the art of jungles. There we go.
yeah,
There's one I'm
that's
going to show you one. Just this is because yesterday was International Color Day, by the way. I'm going to change my
yes.
background. This is by one of our artists. Now that to me looks like an Amazon jungle.
Of
You
course, yeah,
there's the path, right? This is an abstract
yes,
painting. It's not meant to look like anything, but for me, there's a little
yeah,
tunnel here.
yeah.
You can
I
walk
can
in
see.
there. You can stand there and look around. There we go.
Yeah, this is exactly this.
Brilliant. That's great. Okay.
That's my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, lovely. I'm going to keep that on because it's color day. Now, do you have a favorite play or musical?
Lion King. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Have you seen those wonderful um videos on YouTube where the cast are all on a plane somewhere and they just start singing? Have you seen that? There's some
No,
ha
I don't saw that. No.
search for Lion King aeroplane because they're obviously on their way.
Yes. I remember that. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, now you say I remember. And then the guy was standing up. Yes, I remember that one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was
So,
awesome. And
I mean,
all
can
the
you
people are
imagine?
like, oh yes,
Yeah, it'd be lovely to be one of the
yes.
people on that plane. Ah,
Of course, of course. Oh
Savannah,
yeah.
and then
Yeah. I remember. Yeah.
that's great.
That's so
Um,
great. Yeah, we had this in Hamburg. We have Lions King since I'm young, so my mom took me there a lot of times. So.
yeah, it's great.
It is.
It's still running in London, which is great. Now what
Great.
about a favorite film? You have a favorite film that you can watch? You're going to take your new friends in Jamaica have said, what's a good film? What's a good film for us to go and watch? I haven't seen the new Marley film yet. I need to see the Bob Marley film. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, because they know that I love cool runnings. So this is the reason I choose Jamaica and stuff, and I love it. So I will show them cool runnings because dreams can be true if you're working on you. So
I love that.
I
That's a
love that
great
one.
choice.
Yeah,
Yeah. Given your
yeah.
passion for sport and you're in Jamaica, that's fantastic. I was
Yes.
expecting you to come up with something like Heaven Can Wait. Have you seen Heaven Can Wait? It's
No, I don't.
it's about an American
Yeah.
football player. Um, it's great.
I,
It must be 1970s even, but it's really good. Warren Beatty, I think it is. Heaven Can Wait.
okay.
If you love American football, then you
Okay.
love that. Yeah. Um,
Okay. I will check it.
Yeah, it's a good one. Now I'm going to allow you on when you're in Jamaica. We've booked a really nice restaurant for a lazy 2-hour lunch by the sea. And you can invite anyone to join you from anywhere in the world. Who's it going to be? We're calling it Hero Day.
I would call Kofi Annan. I want to talk to him.
Kofi Annan, the former
Yes.
UN, what's his name?
He was from the United Nations. Yeah. President
Yeah.
from the United Nations. Yeah. Kofi
He
Annan gonna be that guy.
he always when he was interviewed he would always be very calm and friendly
Yes.
and confident, wouldn't he? It was one of those people who thinks through things because of the way that
Of,
they, yeah, I can picture him
of
now.
course.
Is he still with us or
Yeah,
no?
me too.
Is he still with us or
Yeah.
no? Not sure.
No, sure, but I'm always listening to the interviews and stuff because when he's talking, what you say is like, it's oh yeah, it makes sense, sounds so good. Keep talking, and yeah, we have to save the world. We have to help the people, and
Yeah,
he did it very well. Yeah.
great. We're nearly there in the end of your year. This is great. So I'm going to do a few this or that's now. It'll be good fun. Okay. I'm going to give you two options.
Oh,
I'll give you
yeah,
two options and you have to choose one of them. Okay.
yeah.
Right. Um, tea or coffee?
P
Radio or television?
radio,
Car or motorcycle?
motorcycle.
Yes.
I'm
Comedy or horror?
sorry, I don't get it.
Comedy or horror?
Oh, comedy. Oh, comedy.
This one could be fun. Concert hall or sports stadium?
I go to the stadium. It's a concert as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Cats or dog?
Dog.
Test the water or dive in at the deep end?
I will dive.
Yeah. Orange
Yeah.
juice, orange juice, pulp or no pulp?
Pope. I said Pope.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't choose Pope. Yeah.
An hour in a library or an hour in a museum?
Oh, library. I go to the library. Yeah.
Beethoven or Mozart?
There's a good one. I like Mozart.
Okay, good. Shower or bath?
Yeah. Always shower. Always.
Cooking or being cooked for?
Yeah, because I'm a dad, I like to cook. It's so nice. Yeah.
I'm the cook in our household as well. I do all the cooking.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
sand or snow?
Sand.
Me too. Reggae or salsa?
Yeah, reggae. Yes, of course, reggae. Yeah. Ah, good question.
Indoors or outdoors?
Outdoors.
Android or iPhone?
iPhone.
Start immediately or wait until the last minute?
Starting always.
I'm not that. I'm a last minute merchant.
Nah, nah.
Science or history?
I love the history. It's so nice. History. Be a part of the history. It's gonna be great.
New York or LA?
LA.
Um, early in the morning or late at night?
um, both. I do early in the morning sports and I do it at nighttime.
Okay. Messy desk or tidy desk?
Messy.
Uh, yeah.
Messy is so good. So you find stuff sometimes. It's like, oh yeah, I remember. Let's go. Let's do this.
Red or white wine?
White wine, Sauvignon Blanc.
Batman or Superman?
Oh, bad man.
Numbers or words?
I love words.
Basketball or baseball?
Basketball.
Mild or spicy?
Spicy.
Rare or well done?
Well done.
And
Yeah.
finally, oh no, a couple more.
Yes.
Bedroom
Couple
door.
more.
Bedroom door open or closed?
Open.
Toilet paper over or under?
This is the funniest question ever here. It's over.
Right, I want you to put your hands together like that.
I got it.
Is your right or your left thumb uppermost?
A left one.
Me too. That means something about
Yeah.
it. If you change it to the other
Yeah.
way, it feels all wrong, yeah?
It feels wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. So your
the
left,
future.
yeah, left thumb up means something. I did a blog post on the website about it. I think that makes you extremely more creative. So there we
That's
go.
nice. Nice.
Right, final question then. See the
Yeah,
future, see the future, or change the past?
let's see the future, of course.
Perfect. It's
See
got
the
the
future.
lottery numbers in it after all, hasn't it?
That's true.
Yeah.
And then I can change the world.
Yeah, then change the world. Rick, thank you so much for doing this. It's been fun. This will
Yeah,
be embedded in a
welcome.
profile about you, added to our website, and then shared to our members, which is great. Don't rush off, but for the moment, everyone, please connect with Rick. Learn more about the football, the stone, the art, and the architecture, and the favourites that he's explored. So, thanks again, Rick. It's very kind of you.
Yes, thank you. It's very nice. It's nice, man. I have new dreams right now. I have to go right now on my laptop.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for Yes, thank you for this wonderful trip.